conviction of Jamaican dancehall icon Vybz Kartel has been overturned today.
It was a moment skeptics and haters thought would never come. Exonerated dancehall music superstar Vybz Kartel released from prison. Now he's free and free to speak.
They let Vybz Kartel in, but want to control him? Yo, we got to talk about this, because what's happening right now in the Cayman Islands, it doesn't make sense, and people are not happy. Vybz Kartel is coming, but the government basically said, you can perform, just don't be yourself. Yeah, that's where we're at. Imagine booking one of the most controversial artists in dancehall history and then trying to police his lyrics in real time. That's like inviting chaos, then acting surprised when it shows up. So here's what's going on. Vybz Kartel, real name Adidja Palmer, is scheduled to headline the Out of This World Music Fest on May 30th.
The time, Vybz Kartel, and we are representing for the maddest party in Cayman. The 30th of May, Vybz Kartel live, the arena Shella.
Big deal, right? But behind the scenes, immigration officers are reportedly going to be monitoring his performance. Not security, not crowd control, his words. The Cayman government gave him a restricted entry permit, meaning they can control where he goes and what he says on stage. Let that sink in. You're letting in an artist known for explicit, raw, unapologetic dancehall. But you want a censored version? What exactly did they expect? Premier Andre Ebanks basically told the public we couldn't stop him legally. He said Kartel didn't qualify as a prohibited immigrant, so their hands were tied. But then they turned around and added restrictions anyway. So which is it? You can't stop him, but you can control him? That sounds less like law and more like damage control, and people are calling it out. At a community meeting, residents straight up said, his music is slackness, too vulgar, too explicit, too much for young people. One person even sent the premiere videos of Kartel's past content and asked, is this what you want on our stage? And honestly, that's a fair question, because Kartel didn't just wake up controversial yesterday. This is who he's been. Let's not ignore the biggest part of this story. Kartel spent nearly 13 years in prison for a murder conviction tied to the 2011 case of Clive Lizard Williams. That's not a rumor. That happened. Yes, the conviction was overturned in 2024 due to jury tampering, and legally he's now a free man. But public opinion, that's a whole different court. And for a lot of people, that history doesn't just disappear. So when governments say, we had no legal choice, people hear, you chose money and entertainment over principle. Now, to be fair, Kartel has been saying he's changed. He talks about God.
Yeah. In a world full of sinners, me no afraid to say Jesus. The streets rougher than a jeans pants, life hard and nobody not get no free pass. Pragmatic, start up the Porsche, make us speed up. Say we love the jet, bring the real dogs. God love me for real dog. Make me left prison, make me win the appeal dog.
He warns young people to stay away from crime.
Tell you them to stay out of crime, virgin. You know worth it. And waste of life and waste of time, brother.
He's even softened some of his past views. But here's the real question nobody wants to say out loud. Is this a genuine transformation? Or just a rebrand now that he's free and back in the spotlight? Because at the end of the day, controversy sells. And Kartel has always known how to sell. And Cayman isn't alone. Other countries have restricted him, shut down his shows mid-performance, or banned him entirely. So this isn't random. This is what follows him everywhere. Here's my take. If you're going to bring in Vybz Kartel, bring in Vybz Kartel, not a censored, watered-down version that fits a government checklist. Because trying to control an artist like him on stage, that's like trying to control a hurricane. It doesn't work. And honestly, it just makes the whole situation look hypocritical. But I want to hear from you. Is the government right to put restrictions on him? Or are they trying to have it both ways, cashing in on the hype while pretending to play it safe? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe. And yeah, this one's not over.